Hello there. Tonight, we'll settle beside a quiet fire. You can hear it now. The slow, gentle crackle, the soft whisper of air moving through glowing wood. The kind of sound that makes the world feel smaller, calmer, closer. In this story, we'll explore the peaceful, fascinating side of fire. The warmth that comforts us, the light that guides us, and the quiet truth that even something as powerful as flame can be soft enough to soothe you to sleep. Each flicker tells a story. Each spark drifts upward like a tiny star. And each breath of heat carries a rhythm, a heartbeat made of light. As you listen tonight, you'll hear gentle facts and quiet reflections about how fire lives in nature, how it shapes our world, and how its glow has always been a symbol of safety, renewal, and rest. So wherever you are, if you're lying beneath the covers, watching the dim light of the room fade into evening, or simply closing your eyes with the sound of this voice, take a moment to feel that same warmth inside you. Inhale deeply and exhale slowly. Let your shoulders relax. Let your thoughts quiet like embers fading to ash. This is your time now, a space to rest, to breathe, to dream. If you enjoy these sleepy stories, please like, comment, or share them with a friend who could use a little calm. It helps others find their way here, to this quiet circle by the fire. For now, just close your eyes and listen to the soft rhythm of the flame. The night is gentle and sleep is already on its way. Long before cities glowed at night, before lamps or lanterns or even the simple warmth of a home, the world was dark. Not frightening, exactly, just endless. A quiet black canvas that stretched across everything, broken only by the shimmer of stars above and the faint glint of water far below. In that early world, lightning was one of the first artists, a jagged brush of light tearing through the sky, striking the earth and leaving behind something no one had ever truly seen before, a living light. Fire. The first flame flickered at the edge of a storm, born from the meeting of cloud and earth. It danced across dry grass, small at first, then bright and wild, painting the night with motion. The air shimmered with heat, and for the first time, warmth had a color. Imagine that moment. The first creatures watching from the shadows, unsure whether to draw closer or flee. Even early humans stood at a distance, eyes wide, faces flickering between gold and fear. They had seen light before, the sun, the stars, but never something that moved, breathed, and spoke in whispers. The sound of crackling was its own language. The warmth that radiated outward was unlike anything the cold earth had ever offered. And slowly, curiosity replaced fear. Some brave soul, maybe guided by instinct, maybe by awe, stepped closer. They noticed the smoke rising like a spirit. They reached out their hands, felt the first brush of heat, and understood something wordless. This was life, alive in another form. Fire became a teacher. It showed that warmth could be made, not just found. That night could be softened, not feared. And that even the wildest energy could bring peace if treated with patience and care. When humans learned to carry fire, to shield a spark in a bundle of bark or grass, the world changed forever. Flame meant safety from the dark, light for work and rest, and a new rhythm to the day. Sunlight by morning, firelight by night. Archaeologists tell us the earliest evidence of controlled fire stretches back almost 1 million years. Ash layers, darkened stones, tiny blackened seeds, all signs of our ancestors sitting close to something sacred. They cooked roots and meat, warmed themselves against cold winds, and shared their first true gatherings beside the glow. For countless nights, fire was the only thing between the human heart and the endless dark. Even now, in the quiet of your room, when you close your eyes, you can imagine that same glow, the soft hum of heat, the flicker that calms the mind, the way shadows move gently across a wall like drifting memories. The human mind evolved around this light. It's in us deeply. Psychologists believe that watching fire lowers blood pressure, slows breathing, and releases tension from the body. It's as though our DNA remembers what the first flame taught, that warmth and light mean safety, and that safety invites rest. So tonight, as you listen, let that ancient memory return. Picture the world before language, before noise, when night was an ocean and fire was the only shore. You're sitting there, maybe alone, maybe with others. The air cool against your skin, the fire warm against your face. You don't need to speak. You just watch the glow, feel the slow rise and fall of the flame, and know without words that you are safe. The fire bends slightly in the wind, then steadies. Sparks lift upward, tiny constellations in miniature, each one a reminder that even in darkness, something is always reaching for the light. And when you breathe in, the faint smell of wood and warmth, you're breathing in the same scent that has comforted humankind since the beginning. Smoke, ash, air, and memory. The soft perfume of safety. Fire isn't just destruction or energy, it's presence. It exists only in the now. A perfect balance between what was and what will be. That's what makes it so soothing. It can't live in the past, and it doesn't plan for tomorrow. It simply flickers here, in this moment, quietly consuming, quietly giving, a living meditation. So let that be your rhythm too. Let the past fall away like old smoke. Let tomorrow stay unlit for now. And sit here, beside this gentle flame, breathing in time with its quiet glow. In and out, warmth and rest, light and sleep. The first flame once burned at the edge of the wild, but now it burns gently in your mind. A small, steady glow at the center of calm. The night outside is endless, but you are surrounded by warmth, safe, peaceful, still. And as the fire hums softly, you can almost hear the memory of that first spark, a sound older than words, older than dreams, reminding you that even in the deepest dark, there is always light waiting to be found. Every fire has a voice. You can hear it now, soft, uneven, alive. A series of quiet murmurs, slow pops, and tiny sighs that rise and fade in their own rhythm. No two fires ever sound exactly the same, and yet they all speak a language we somehow understand. The first thing you notice is the crackle, that delicate snapping sound that comes from vapor, tiny bubbles of sap and moisture hidden inside the wood. When the heat grows, the water turns to steam, trapped for just a moment before it bursts through the grain. Each spark is a whisper of release, a small exhale of the tree's memory returning to air. If you listen closely, you can almost hear a rhythm beneath the sound, a slow pulse, uneven but steady, like a heartbeat that never quite repeats itself. Psychologists believe that our minds respond to these random, gentle patterns in the same way we respond to ocean waves or rain. Unpredictable enough to be interesting, yet soft enough to be soothing. That balance quiets the nervous system. It's why people can sit by a fire for hours, saying nothing, doing nothing, simply watching and listening. Fire doesn't rush. It doesn't plan ahead or look back. It moves only where the air allows it, curling and flowing with invisible currents. Every flame you see is a dance between heat and breath. Without air, fire dies. With too much, it loses balance. The flame itself is a lessening calm, alive only because it has learned to move slowly with what surrounds it. You might notice how the flame leans, how it reaches, how it seems to breathe. That's not just imagination. Each movement mirrors the rhythm of oxygen flowing in and out, and each flicker tells you something about the world around it. The tiniest gust, the shape of the wood, the temperature of the air. If you've ever watched fire in silence, you may have felt it, that gentle connection between your breathing and its motion. You inhale, and the flame seems to swell. You exhale, and it softens. You and the fire breathing together, two living things sharing the same rhythm. Color, too, is part of its language. The deepest blue near the base of the flame is the hottest part, where oxygen burns cleanly. Then comes the gold, the orange, and the red, cooler layers drifting outward like the fire's fading thoughts. Every shade tells a story about what it consumes. Different woods, minerals, and oils add their own hues. Copper glows green, sodium burns yellow, lithium turns crimson. For thousands of years, people watched those colors and learned from them, long before anyone understood chemistry. Fire was a teacher before we knew how to name its lessons. It even sings, in its own quiet way. If you've ever leaned close to a campfire, you might have heard a faint hum or low roar beneath the crackles, a sound made by heated air rushing upward, vibrating with the warmth itself. Each flame has a tone, so subtle that you feel it more than you hear it. It's the sound of energy transforming, from wood to light, from warmth to air, from something solid into something unseen. And isn't that what calm really is? A transformation. Tension into ease, thought into breath, noise into stillness. Fire has always shown us how to let go of what we no longer need. When wood burns, it doesn't disappear. It simply changes shape, becoming smoke, ash, and warmth. Nothing is truly lost. It only moves on, lighter and freer. The same is true of the thoughts that clutter our minds. They can rise and drift away too, turning into something softer, easier to carry. So, as you listen, imagine your thoughts as sparks, each one bright for a moment, then gently fading into air. They don't need to stay. They can rise and vanish, leaving behind quiet. The fire continues to murmur, a patient teacher repeating an old lesson. The peace is found not in control, but in rhythm, not in stillness alone, but in the way movement slows until it becomes still. Look again, in your mind, at the flame before you. It bends, but never breaks. It flickers, but never truly falters. It glows with quiet certainty, asking for nothing but air. You breathe in, and it brightens. You breathe out, and it rests. The two of you moving together in gentle balance. Even scientists studying firelight have noticed its quiet magic. They found that the flicker frequency, about 1 or 2 times per second, matches the rhythm of a relaxed human heartbeat. It's no wonder that watching fire makes us calm. It literally aligns us with our own nature. Our ancestors may not have known the numbers, but they felt it. They sat close to that rhythm for generations, and the peace it gave them still lives in us. The language of fire is simple: warmth, motion, and patience. It never forces, never demands. It simply is. And as you sit beside it in your imagination now, you can feel how it speaks to you in silence. Not with words, but with comfort. Not with instruction, but with invitation. Listen to the slow crackle. Watch the soft glow behind your eyelids. Feel the warmth that doesn't come from outside, but from within. The same warmth that first lit the dark now resting quietly in you. The night deepens, the flames grow lower, their light softer, their language slower. What remains is the hum, that ancient whisper reminding you to breathe, to rest, to stay. And as the fire settles, so do you, peacefully, quietly, completely. Fire isn't just something humans create. It's something the earth itself breathes, quietly, endlessly, in ways that have shaped our planet since long before we arrived. Beneath the calm surface of soil and ocean, deep within the crust of stone, the world is always burning. It burns in the core of volcanoes, in the slow heat of molten rock that moves like a heartbeat beneath mountains. That same warmth, hidden miles below our feet, is what keeps the ground alive. Every sunrise, every spring that bubbles from the earth, every breath of wind warmed by morning light, carries a trace of that ancient fire. If you could see through the layers of earth, you'd find rivers of lava flowing like molten light. They move slowly, patiently, reshaping the world grain by grain, season by season. And though they seem wild, even violent, there's a rhythm there too, a deep pulse that never rushes. Every mountain we see, every island that rises from the sea, began as a quiet eruption long ago. Fire, in its truest form, is a creator. On the surface, it takes a gentler shape. In forests and grasslands, fire appears as part of life's natural cycle. Some trees and plants have learned to wait for it, even depend on it. In the great forests of North America, the cones of certain pine trees stay sealed tight until touched by flame. Heat unlocks them, opening their scales so that seeds can fall and new life can begin. In the Australian bush, certain flowers only bloom after fire has passed, their roots awakened by warmth and ash. It seems almost impossible that something so fierce could give birth to something so delicate. But nature has always balanced destruction with renewal. When lightning strikes and a forest burns, it may seem like loss, but beneath the smoke, the soil grows rich with minerals, and sunlight returns to places long hidden under shadow. New shoots rise from the blackened ground, small and green against the dark earth. Fire clears the way for light, just as stillness clears space in the mind. Even in endings, nature finds renewal. Even in heat, there is calm. If you close your eyes and imagine it now, you can almost see it. The slow drift of smoke curling upward between trees, the faint orange glow fading as rain begins to fall. The forest is quiet, but alive. You can smell wet ash, soil, and something new. The faint sweetness of green things returning. This is the earth healing itself, just as we do when we rest. There are other kinds of fire too, hidden ones that live without flame. Deep under the ocean, near volcanic vents, there are places where heat pours from cracks in the seafloor. The water glows faintly, filled with minerals, and strange forms of life gather there in the darkness. No sunlight ever reaches them, yet they thrive in warmth alone. Even there, in the coldest black of the sea, the earth's quiet fire gives life. It hums beneath everything we know, unseen but essential. And not all fire burns hot. Some glows with light alone, cool, patient, and alive. You've seen it before. The soft shimmer of fireflies drifting through summer air, the faint glow of plankton lighting up a wave at night, or the ghostly blue of mushrooms deep in the forest. These lights are called bioluminescence, nature's gentle imitation of flame. A chemical spark inside small bodies, creating warmthless light, To the ocean, it's a language. To the forest, it's a song. To us, it's a reminder that the world never truly goes dark. Even in still water or cold soil, the pulse of fire remains, hidden as energy, waiting to rise again when the world needs warmth. Scientists tell us that every heartbeat, every breath, every motion we make is powered by the same principle as flame, energy transforming, releasing light and heat in miniature. We, too, carry fire within us, not a burning to destroy, but a quiet glow that keeps us alive. The same warmth that once lit the world now flickers softly in our blood and breath. When you rest, that fire dims but never goes out. It slows to a steady hum, calm and enduring. You can feel it even now, a quiet warmth deep in your chest, a soft rhythm beneath your breathing. It's the oldest rhythm there is, the one that began when the earth was still forming and continues every moment you're alive. So tonight, as the outer world cools and the stars rise overhead, remember that there's fire both above and below, in the heavens, in the heart of the earth, and in you. Each one burning in balance, neither rushing nor fading, simply existing in calm, perfect harmony. The world has always known how to keep itself warm. And as you listen to the soft crackle and breathe in time with the fading light, you can feel it too. The warmth of the planet, the life within it, and the steady, eternal fire that holds it all together. The flames outside may fade to embers, but the deeper fires, the quiet ones, are always burning, always patient, always kind. They remind you that peace isn't the absence of motion. It's the balance of energy in perfect stillness. The same balance that keeps the earth alive, and you gently breathing, safe within its warmth. The fire has burned low now. Its glow has softened, no longer a blaze, but a gentle heartbeat of light in the dark. You can hear the soft shift of embers settling, the faint hiss as air moves through ash. Every sound feels slower now, every flicker calmer, as though the flame itself has decided to rest. The warmth that once filled the room still lingers, held close by the walls and the quiet. This is the hour when fire becomes a companion, not for light, not for heat, but simply for presence. For thousands of years, this has been our place, the circle of warmth where stories are told, where silence feels sacred, where night becomes something safe. Long before books, before songs, before written memory, humans gathered around this same glow. They shared words, and when words ran out, they shared stillness. The fire didn't just warm the body, it connected hearts. Its rhythm steadied conversations, its glow softened faces. This is where laughter, love, and sleep have always found their way home. The word hearth once meant both the physical fire and the home itself, the center of comfort, protection, and belonging. To sit by the hearth was to sit at the heart of life. Even now, we build our homes around that ancient idea, a place where warmth gathers, where light flickers in the dark, where something alive waits quietly for us to return. The hearth is not just a location, it's a feeling. It's what happens when you allow warmth to meet stillness, and stillness to meet peace. As the embers fade, they cast a softer kind of light, a glow that doesn't demand your attention, but gently invites you to rest. Look at them in your mind's eye, deep orange, fading red, then that last pulse of gold before they dim. Each one a tiny memory of the day, releasing its energy, letting go. You can feel that same release inside you, tension unwinding, thoughts cooling, breath slowing. Just as the wood has given its warmth to the air, you give your worry to the quiet. Even the science of firelight tells a story of calm. Studies show that the natural flicker of flame, about 1 to 2 times per second, slows brain activity, helping the body drift towards sleep. The light dances in a rhythm our minds have known since the beginning. It's no wonder that even today, in a world of glowing screens and restless motion, we still find peace in something as simple as firelight. Its pattern reminds the body how to rest, how to breathe, how to be. So now, imagine you're sitting beside that fire. Its warmth brushing against your skin. The air around you is cool and still. You can hear the faint pop of a coal breaking open, the soft sigh of smoke curling upward. There's nothing left to do, nowhere else to be. The night has settled, and so have you. You think of all the places fire has lived, in mountains, in stars, in the core of the earth, in every home and in every heart. It has guided sailors, cooked meals, and shaped stories. But here, in this moment, it does something simpler. It helps you remember that warmth doesn't always need to burn. Sometimes it just needs to glow, quietly, steadily, softly. The same light that flickers before you also burns within you. That small, steady fire at your center. The one that keeps you alive, keeps you kind, keeps you reaching for light. You don't need to tend it tonight. It knows how to keep itself. All you need to do is breathe and let it rest. Outside, the world is dim and calm. The sky stretches wide, filled with stars that burn so far away, yet feel so familiar. Each one is another kind of flame, ancient, patient, and eternal. Their light has traveled for thousands of years just to reach this moment, this room, this quiet. You are surrounded by warmth, above, below, within. The universe itself is alive with fire, and all of it hums the same message. You are safe. You are here. You can rest now. So close your eyes and let the last traces of light fade from your mind. Feel the air cool around you as the glow slowly fades to ember and ember to ash. The fire will keep its vigil. You only need to drift. Let the warmth become a memory, the sound a whisper, the breath of flame a lullaby. And as you sink deeper into calm, let the fire's final lesson settle quietly in your heart. That peace is not found in what we hold on to, but in what we allow to fade. The flame has done its work. The world is warm. You are home.